Hey guys, welcome to this new video. Today we're gonna talk about investment opportunities in Cambodia, and especially in the F&B, the tourism and the HoReCa business. To discuss about this topic, I invited two experts who have been living in Cambodia for more than 5 years, and we're gonna dig into this subject. So if you consider opening a restaurant, opening a coffee, launching your own homestay or hotel, then you have to watch this video. Florian and Benedict gonna answer all my questions. So let's get started. Hi Florian and Benedict, I'm very happy to have you here to discuss today about HoReCa, hospitality and tourism sector in Cambodia. Maybe can you start by introducing us your journey and how did you relocate from overseas to Cambodia?
Hello, Guillaume. We are very happy to have this discussion with you today about my journey when I arrived in Cambodia in 2015 after a study in France in the hospitality industry. I opened a private homestay in Siem Reap, the city of Angkor. Then in 2017, I found a big consulting hospitality expert to meet a growing demand for hospitality advice, staff management and investment study for local groups of the hospitality industry. Today, we are a team of 3 consultants. Each of us has extensive experience of knowledge and skills in restaurants management, industry analysis, marketing, events planning, and also staff training. We can follow a project from its start to the opening and advise our client in each stage of the development.
So everyone is talking about Asia as the new place to do business. What's your perspective, especially about Cambodia, and is it really that easy to do business and especially to operate in Cambodia?
Yes, it's quite easy to operate in Cambodia because Cambodia rules established by the Ministry of Commerce are easy to follow and to be compliant with. You have 3 categories of business: small, medium, and large. And the amount of taxes you shall pay may vary depending on the size of the business you have registered in and your yearly turnover, of course. But you can rely on the Chamber of Commerce and on local professional accountants to help you to set up the business. And Cambodia has a specific law for foreign investors. And unlike other countries in the region, a foreign entrepreneur can own 100% of his business without needing a local partner. You have a simple tax system, a large workforce, and a dollarized currency. Also, it's quite easy.
I know quite well the Vietnamese market, and actually I interviewed someone in Laos also sharing about her journey doing F&B and HoReCa business in Laos. For your perspective being in Cambodia, what's the uniqueness of the Cambodian market about the HoReCa compared to other regions in Southeast Asia?
In Cambodia, many investment in this field, food and beverage and also tourism remain local. 3 major cities welcome foreign investment and international operators. This is the case for Phnom Penh, the capital of Cambodia, Siem Reap, the city of Angkor, and Sihanoukville in the south of Cambodia. However, large percentage of hotel owners are local investors. For several years now, we have seen conglomerates start to invest in large hotel projects. Cambodia still has many investment opportunities in the region. Mass tourism has been open since the 2010s, but the infrastructure is still in full development. I will mention, for example, the new highway between Sihanoukville and Phnom Penh, or also the new airport in Siem Reap. Unlike other countries, Cambodia has never been a direct destination since we have very few direct flights. None from Europe, a few routes to the Arabian Gulf countries, and especially a strong regional development towards China. Since the beginning of the COVID-19 crisis, we have observed the creation of a strong local market. This is a very strong trend that will change the tourism market in Cambodia in the coming months. We will see how the reopening of the country to tourism will go. From now on, we must take into account the needs of the Cambodian middle class who enjoy visiting their country. Great efforts on professional training have been made in recent years, but it is still not enough because we do not have enough tourism school in the country. That is why B Consulting launch is a TOT program, training of trainers to allow local operators to be autonomous in their professional training.
Yeah, interesting to know that as well in Cambodia you have a lack in the training in specific field. Let's say now you want to give your insight and your advice for people who may consider launching their own F&B or HoReCa business in Cambodia. How should they get started and how much they have to expect into investing? What will be this amount?
Before talking about amounts, I would like to say that Cambodia is very keen to welcome foreign investors, and it's an easy country to live in and has a great potential for F&B project and tourism project on the seaside, in the mountains, in the countryside. First, you have to carefully prepare your business plan because there are already several international brands established especially in the capital city, and also very trendy, successful local brands. And you have to build a bold identity of your brand to make a difference. Then you can recruit your managers in advance, if possible, before the opening, so you can train them and it creates a nice team spirit among them. And the small investment means also small benefits. And what seems to be cheap at first can cost you a lot of money afterwards, because you have to be careful with your maintenance fee. For example, when you choose a professional kitchen, you don't have to, you'll be better to choose not the cheap one. Otherwise, it will cost you more money. It is crucial to select the right furniture. For a business, for a restaurant, you can count on $400 per square meter at first as a start, for example. And at B Consulting, we work day by day with our clients to set up the training programs, to implement international standards, and to support the strategic development of those who wish to create the franchises, for example.
Before talking about franchising, maybe if we just think about opening a small coffee shop, you say $400 per square meter. What is really included in those $400? Is it renovation? Is it, how do you?
Yeah, this is a construction. This is a construction cost, and with the basic furniture.
This is what we call in our business the FF&E, the OS&E. So that means all the furniture that you need to open a new business.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I didn't get that. So now you kind of show the good picture and what could be the opportunity for investors to consider Cambodian for the next years. But right now we are still facing this pandemic. How do you see how did that pandemic tackle and impact Cambodian, and what will be, you think, the projection and the growth for the next year?
Yeah, of course, it is true that food and beverage and tourism sector are severely impacted, but this is a phenomenon from the whole world, not only in Cambodia. Particularly in Cambodia, investment never stopped during the pandemics. Therefore, we can expect continuous growth in the sector. The demand is growing. For example, 65% of the population is under 30 years old, and this youth is eager to discover their country and create a new lifestyle, not only based on work, but something like a combo with work, weekend, friend, experience. We know that they are ready to consume leisure and services. The market will continually expand in the coming years, both in a large city and also in a province of Cambodia. The development of food and beverage also accompanies the numerous real estate like condo in Phnom Penh, and also some commercial projects such as big malls in the country.
Thank you, Florian, for your sharing and your insights about Cambodian market, especially of HoReCa and tourism industry. Do you have a last word, something to share to the audience so they can kind of get started and learn more about Cambodian market?
Of course, despite the COVID-19 crisis, there are plenty of investment opportunities in Cambodia. You have just to surround yourself with a professional to have a serious project and take into account the local realities. For example, investment in coastal areas on the Gulf of Thailand by opening a seaside resort or a villa is one of the trends now in the tourism in Cambodia. The development of green tourism is impressive. In particular, there is a growing demand for package tour in mountainous regions such as Phnom Oral, which is located at just 1 hour 30 from the capital of Phnom Penh, but also Ratanakiri, Mondulkiri, which are close to Vietnam. I just would like to take one example from my friend Jean-Benoit in Guyane, who developed intense sport activities with his company C4 Adventure around the hotel project in the mountain of the Cardamom. We also advise our clients about leisure and entertainment parks or agro-tourism projects. If this trend is present already in Vietnam or Thailand, it is just the beginning in Cambodia. This type of project is aimed at both local and regional tourism. Finally, even if the competition is strong, particularly with Bali or Phuket, the project development around the wellness is a growing trend in Cambodia. For this sector to succeed, investor will have to create a new concept based on local tradition rather than copying existing projects.
Thank you, Florian and Benedict, for your insights about the local market in Cambodia. I will leave in the description all the links so you can reach Florian or Benedict and get more information about what they are providing. And if you want to get started, I'm pretty sure they can give you some insight to learn more a little bit about HoReCa and tourism business. Thanks again, Benedict and Florian.
Thank you very much for your invitation. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And I'ma get it right, get on sight like